Hey guys, it's Tommy here for My Beautiful Kitchen and Bathroom, and I'm with Chris Carlisle, whose beautiful kitchen we've just completed. So just going to ask you a few questions, Chris, just about your experience with the My Beautiful team. So can you talk a wee bit about how you first heard about us, how you first came into contact with My Beautiful?
Sure, so I did a bit of research around companies in Glasgow, and we actually were working with two of the top rated companies, of which MBK was one of them. And I walked in a rainy January morning, I think it was a Sunday morning, and met Tommy. And then we went away and we did a little bit of work, and then Mark came over, the designer, and we spent probably about an hour or so just talking about how we'd want to use the kitchen, how we wanted it to look. And I think based on that, as we progressed the design, it really felt like it was a partnership. There was a lot of Mark's ideas coming together, and some of the ideas we came up with, we incorporated into the kitchen, and some of the more outrageous ideas Mark was very gently told us that wasn't going to work. So really it felt like a good partnership, even down to the colour.
Brilliant. And I think you'd mentioned that without obviously mentioning other companies, which is not important. But I think you felt with our company it was almost like a design you were getting, but it was very much their design. And I think what you were looking for, Chris, was almost to put your own ideas together through. And a wee bit about your background, you're obviously an engineer.
Yes, I'm a mechanical engineer, so used to designing things to fit in spaces and being clever with the usage of spacing mechanisms. So I think that's what I appreciated with working with Mark, is there's so much detail within this kitchen that I wouldn't have got anywhere else.
So fast forward a wee bit to the actual installation.
Right.
It was Kieran that did the work, he was the project manager on the job.
Yeah.
And how did you find Kieran?
So Kieran, the quality of work Kieran has been done is fantastic. I think the pace that we went through was measured. A lot of stuff that we had to work out along the way.
Yep.
Right down to, I think we moved this island about 25 millimetres to the right.
Yep.
We moved the sink unit about 30 millimetres to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things that we had to work out, and some things that had to be redesigned and rebuilt, I think particularly the drawers underneath there, and Kieran persevered and cracked on with that.
Good. And how did you find the quality workmanship that Kieran and his team had done for you?
Really good. I mean, I think down to even one of my favourite features that Kieran did for me is I love this little joint right here. So we've got the floor, and there's an extra little piece of floor that goes underneath there, and then we've got the skirting board that comes through here, and it's just really nice.
Brilliant. So obviously when you came into the showroom, we say to our customers quite a lot, you know, it's a relaxed atmosphere in the sense that, you know, we're not quite a lot of typical companies. Mm-hmm. It's very sales driven and they'll almost pounce on you when you go in the door. How did you find our showroom in terms of the approach that we had with you?
Very good. So as I say, I think we wandered in on a wet Sunday, and we had a chat for about 5 minutes, and we had a look around at some of the bits and pieces. And then very much it was, I think Mark came over and was interested to understand what we wanted to do. So I don't think we felt it was this or nothing. You know, very much we set the budget, and there were things I think we agreed that we would take out to get down to the budget.
Yep.
And all the way through we've stuck to that budget.
Brilliant.
I think when we added downstairs, we maybe added a little bit of extra for that.
Sure.
But otherwise, it stuck to the budget and it was great.
Fantastic. And now that the kitchen's pretty much completed, all bar a door, I think, we're just about there. How sort of happy are you with the kitchen in terms of?
Brilliant. It's exactly what I wanted.
Good. So a lot of perseverance, a lot of work, a lot of fine detail, which you won't see during this interview, but obviously we will show in the walkthrough. But the end result's absolutely breathtaking in terms of what's been done in your project.
It's exactly what I wanted. It was something that looked very clean, and it looks very simple. And the reality is that it's everything's in here, from these these drawers under here, which I really love, the big drawer, to this cool hob, without having the overhead extractor, to having the herbs and spices behind you, not in front of you, to having the coffee parlour. Just every small feature makes me happy every time.
Fantastic. And if anybody was looking for a new kitchen, what would you suggest to them? What would you say about us?
I would absolutely recommend they go and see these guys.
Fantastic, Mr. Carlisle. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
And if we can be of any more help to you in the future, then feel free to give us a shout.
Well, now you think about it, I've got a bag here. Come and have a look with me.
Good stuff. Thanks, Mr. Carlisle.
All right,
Thank
no
you.
worries.